afternoon. Before I begin, I'd like to formally introduce everyone in the Handicapable group. This is Jasmine Moreno, our secretary. Lorenzo Sabido, our technical expert. Nara Alcoreso, our public relations. Daniel Dezerco, our fundraiser. And unfortunately, Samir Gupta, another fundraiser, was not able to make it today. And I'm James Corright, the leader. And today, we're going to present to you our park for the disabled children. And in the beginning, before we had this idea of the park, we were throwing around ideas of helping children from the orphanages, helping kids in elementary schools with financing, but in the end, none of that worked. And what we came down to was that we wanted to help the children. No matter what, no matter the need, no matter the effort, we wanted to help the children. And from that, we got our mission statement. And our mission is to provide the handicapped children of El Paso with the opportunity and means to express themselves in a way they otherwise would not be able to, due to their disabilities, by creating an environment which allows them to do so. Now, before we go into specific explanation of the park, equipment, and fundraising, I'd just like to briefly describe the group in front of you today. In the beginning, we were a group of, let's call it, misfit kids. We hardly knew each other. I knew some of them as well as I know you today. So it was tough at first, but when we came down to the idea of doing it for the children, we came together. Everyone gave 110%, and we pushed through every obstacle that we came to.
Okay, so we've been working on this project for the past 2 years, so we've come a long way, from coming up with the idea and identifying the need in our community. Because there is no other park like this here in our community. And so we went to the City Hall, to the Park and Recreations Department, and we talked to Miss Annette Smeckel, and she got on our board with our idea. And the city is willing to give us the land at Valley Creek Park, which is the park right in front of you right there, and on the slideshow. And we chose this location because it's a big park, it's a developing area, and we feel like we could add this component there, but we can change the location if we want to.
Where is it?
It's off of Upper Valley, and you turn right on Gomez. It's huge, but it doesn't have that much on it. And so once we got the city's approval, we had to start thinking about our design. And that involved a lot of research, from the flooring to the equipment to being wheelchair accessible. And so that took about a year to come up with the city's approval and get the design. So once we had the design, we told the city, and they came up with a quote for us. And we got it last summer, and it was going to be $150,000. And that did not include prepping of the sites or installation, just the equipment. And so once we got this figure, we had to start fundraising, of course. And so that's what we spent this past year doing. And we came up with a couple ideas, which you'll hear about later. But we figured out that we have a time crunch. We're seniors, we're going to graduate in June. And we can't let this project go without being realized. Because kids need to be able to experience what we all get to experience, and to interact with other kids in a normal environment. I mean, who didn't love going to the park when they were little? So what we've been doing lately is trying to pass on our project, our idea, to some other organization who will be able to take it on. And so that's why you guys are here, to help us realize this project and take it on.
So on to the actual logistics of the park. When we went to the Parks and Rec department, they gave us these different catalogs that we chose, different pieces that we wanted. So this is the initial design that they drew up for us. And all the ramps on there are at an incline so that wheelchairs can actually go up them. Initially, we wanted to create like a pour-in design for the flooring instead of a tile flooring, because we thought it would be better. But pour-in turned out to be much more expensive, like $25 per square foot instead of $15 for the tile. And we also wanted a shade as well as swings, and other expenses would be like a walkway